had a conversation with a friend recently, and she said something that kind of stopped me cold. She said, Lesa, I don't even know who I am outside of real estate anymore. And I got quiet because I remembered feeling the exact same way. That conversation is what inspired today's episode because I know she's not alone. And if you're listening to this, there's a good chance you felt it too. So today we're going there. Is work-life balance even possible in real estate after 50? Let's talk about it for real. Are you a woman in real estate whose mind never stops, yet you still feel stuck? Do you struggle to unplug without guilt? Hi, I'm Lesa Fry, wife, mom, grandma, realtor for over 3 decades, and a certified life and business coach for women in real estate. I help high-achieving women build profitable, sustainable businesses without the burnout. If you're ready to trade overwhelm for clarity and create a business that honors your values and your life, you're in the right place. So take a deep breath, close those 12 browser tabs, and drop the hustle. It's time to experience balance as a woman in real estate. I want to pause for just a moment before we get started. If you've been feeling that quiet exhaustion, the tightness in your chest, the sense of holding everything together while secretly wondering, why does this still feel so hard? I want you to know you're not alone. Every high-achieving woman I work with has been right where you are. And here's what I know for certain. That feeling isn't a sign that something's wrong with you. It's a sign that something needs to change. If part of you is saying, I can't keep doing it this way, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. You don't have to figure this out alone. A private business reset consultation is your space to slow down, get clear, and create a calm, intentional way forward. Go to lesafrye.com/diagnostic. That's LESAFRYE.com/diagnostic to book your consultation today. That link will also be in the show notes. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Welcome back, my friends. So imagine we're sitting across from each other right now. Maybe we've got coffee, or even better, maybe we have a glass of wine. And I just ask you straight up, how are you really doing? And you answer the question honestly, not the answer you give your clients, not the one you post on social media, the real one. Here's what I hear from women in real estate at this stage. And I mean consistently across the board. The real answer sounds something like this. I'm exhausted. I've been doing this for 20-something years, and I'm still going at the same pace I did when I was 35. My phone is constantly on, ringing, binging, clinging. I missed my granddaughter's recital last month because of a closing, and I keep telling myself it'll slow down soon, but it never does. Does any of that sound familiar? What I want you to know, ladies, is that's not a personal failure. That is what happens when you build a career inside an industry that was never designed to give you your life back. Real estate, and I say this with love because I've lived it too, real estate rewards the grind. It rewards availability. It rewards the agent who answers at 10 p.m., who shows up on Sundays, and who never really clocks out. And when you're in your 30s, you can sustain that. When you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, your body, your relationships, your soul, they're asking for something different. And the fact that you're listening to this podcast tells me you already know that. So here's where my friend and I always end up in these conversations. We start talking about balance, and then we realize the problem isn't really about balance at all. It goes deeper than that. Because if it were just about balance and time management, If we just needed a better calendar or a smarter schedule, we would have solved it by now. Women like us are resourceful. We're smart. We figured out harder problems than a Google Calendar, right? So what's really going on? I think there are three things that we don't talk about honestly enough. The first one is this. We've been taught that our value is in our production. How many transactions did you close? What was your volume? Are you still in the top 10%? And when you've operated from that framework for 10, 20, 30 years, your identity gets wrapped up in it. So stepping back doesn't just feel like taking a break. It feels like disappearing, like you stop mattering. And that is very heavy to carry. The second thing is we never built businesses. We built jobs. High paying, high status jobs, but still jobs. Because the whole thing runs on us. Our reputation, our relationships, our availability. The moment we step away, the wheels slow down. And so we can never fully step away. Sound familiar? The third thing, and this one hits close to home, is the story we tell ourselves about what success requires. The story that says rest is for the weak, that your clients will leave if you're not always on, that you've come too far to slow down now. Queen, that story is lying to you. So my friend asked me once, and I love this question. She said, Lesa, what does balance actually look like? Like, paint me the picture. And I told her it doesn't look like equal parts work and life on a scale. That's not real, and I'm not going to pretend like it is. What it looks like, what it actually feels like is this. It feels like waking up on a Monday morning and not immediately dreading your week. It feels like being at your granddaughter's soccer game and actually watching the game, not sneaking glances at your phone every 3 to 5 minutes. It feels like a Saturday morning that belongs to you. Maybe you sleep in, maybe you go for a walk, maybe you just sit with your coffee and enjoy the quiet, and you don't feel guilty about it. It feels like having a business that serves your life, instead of a life that's constantly being interrupted by your business. Now, does this mean you work less? Not necessarily. Some of the women I know who have found this kind of balance are still producing at a very high level, but the way they work has completely changed. They have support, they have structure, they have clear boundaries that they actually honor, not because someone told them to, but because they decided their life was worth protecting. And here's what I've seen happen when women make that shift. They stop resenting their work. They start enjoying their clients again. They remember why they got into this business in the first place. Because real estate is actually a beautiful profession when you're not drowning in it. Here's something else I want to say about this season of life specifically, because I think it matters. Your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, this is not the beginning of the end. And I think I said this in the last episode as well. And I need you to hear that. This is actually the most powerful chapter of your career, if you choose to see it that way. You have experience that can't be bought or faked. You have a client base that trusts you deeply. You have the wisdom to know what matters and what doesn't. You have every single thing you need to build a business that actually works for you. The question isn't whether you're capable. The question is whether you're willing to stop accepting less than you deserve. Okay, so back to the question. Is work-life balance possible in real estate after 50? Yes, 100%. Full stop, yes. Here's the key though. It's not the way most people try to get there. Most people try to find balance by managing their time better. And that helps a little bit. But it doesn't change the underlying structure of a business that was built on your constant availability. Real balance, the kind that actually sticks, comes from three things working together. It comes from getting clear on who you are and what you actually want. Not what the industry expects, not what your clients have gotten used to, what you want your life to look like. Secondly, it comes from building real boundaries. And I don't mean just saying no more often. I mean creating a clear framework for how you work, communicating it confidently, and trusting that the right clients will respect it. And thirdly, it comes from putting real support and systems in place so that you're no longer the only gear in your own machine. When those three things come together, something shifts. I've seen it happen. I've lived it myself. You stop white-knuckling your way through the week. You start making decisions from a place of clarity instead of exhaustion. And the business, more often than not, it actually gets better. Because a woman who is rested, grounded, and operating from her best self, she is unstoppable. So here's where I want to land today. If you've been listening and you keep thinking, this is me, I want you to know that you don't have to keep pushing through alone. I work one-on-one with experienced women in real estate who are done sacrificing their lives for their careers. Women who are ready to build something sustainable. Women who want success and a life they love, not one or the other. And right now, I'm offering complimentary business reset consultations. Just you and me. We'll look honestly at where you are, where you want to be, and what's standing in the way. No pressure, just a real conversation, kind of like the one we just had. If you're ready for that, go to lesafrye.com/diagnostic. That's LESAFRYE.com/diagnostic to request your spot. I personally read every single submission. You've given so much to this career. It's time to make sure it's giving back to you. Thanks for being here with me again today, and I'll be back in your ears next week. Make it a great day on purpose. Hey ladies, I hope today's episode gave you something to think about and a little more breathing room as you move through your week. If it resonated, I'd love for you to share it with a friend, hit follow, and take a moment to leave a review. Your reviews mean the world to me, and they help more women find this podcast. For more support and connection, you're welcome to join my free Facebook community at bit.ly/thebalancedbusinesswoman, where we continue these conversations together. That link will be in my show notes. Until next week, take care of yourself. And remember, your business should fit your life, not the other way around.